Welcome back to another episode of Endure Athletics. And today I'm excited that my oldest daughter decided to skip school so she can join us right here, live and in person on this podcast. Carsen, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good.
Let's turn that down. Hang on one second here. Let me share this so everybody watching can see it on our page. So Trent, always good to see you. Thanks for having us here today.
Special episode. I'm excited for this.
Special episode, Carsen Bigelow's.
Welcome to the studio, Carsen. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks.
So let's just kind of dive into this. So Endure started 6 years ago. Your life kind of did a 180-degree turn, just like your sisters and moms and mine, when we decided to dive into what, your shirt that you have on there. Can you kind of just talk about when all this happened, the transition, the initial part of how you felt, and just be honest with people. You don't have to, all sugarcoat it or anything, but how did you feel at the beginning of all this 6 years ago?
Well, I guess at first I didn't really understand what was going on. We moved from our first house. I was like, okay, that's cool. Then we started moving schools. I was like, okay, it's not really cool anymore. But then I started realizing more, just kind of as it went through, I don't know, as I got older, I started realizing more of what it was, and what the kids that we serve, what they go through, and how my life was not like that.
Yeah, I'm with you. And then even at the beginning, you guys, when we just started out on Saturdays, you guys went to Nana's on Saturdays, so you guys really didn't get the full aspect for it for a little bit of time. You remember that first Saturday that you came out there and joined us? Do you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, my first Saturday was a whole bunch of people from MTSU came and we did a combine day.
Yeah.
That was my first day.
Okay.
And that's where it started.
Awesome. And then when you went out there and then you started interacting, a lot of those kids are still with us to this day. I mean, did you start relationships right then and there? Was there a difference between there? Was there when did you start building the relationships with your friends?
Really, it wasn't that first day because I felt like I didn't really know. I was just kind of separated from the group a little bit. But as I continued to come on Saturdays, that's really when my relationship with them started to build.
Good stuff. What has that done for you now? I mean, it's been 6 years. So you were in what grade? Third grade, and now you're a freshman. Through all those years, what do you think that has done to help you as a person? Have you grown? Have you looked at life a little bit differently? Knowing about the different lives and seeing these motels, seeing me and mom get the phone calls about the different things going on?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely grown. I know a lot more than what I used to know. I feel that I know more of the outside world instead of just oh, everything's great and grand, but really it's not.
There's some dark corners of our community that we live in, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So talk about the relationship that you have built with what we have going on. I know you were there yesterday in program. What kind of role have you taken on throughout all these years? I mean, are you one of the kids? Are you a leader? Are you what role have you kind of evolved in?
Well, with the older group, I'm kind of more of a kid. I do the activities and hang out. That's more my friend group.
Yeah.
But with our younger elementary group, I'm a leader with them, helping out with the activities that we do at the after school programs and stuff.
What'd you do? What'd you guys do on Tuesday? What was the?
So Tuesday we had since it's been colder, we haven't been doing so many outdoor activities.
Yeah.
So we had a game room And then one of the stations was just like Play-Doh, like
Yeah.
everybody, Mom was calling it a creativity station.
Got to be creative.
And then they had a lesson upstairs.
What was the lesson? You don't know?
No, I
Why
was
not?
because I was in the creativity group.
Are you creative?
Oh yeah.
She's not. For everybody watching, she's a great athlete. But how's art going?
Oh,
Oh, her face got a little bit red. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, so basically, you ran that station last night.
Mhm.
So you didn't get big to go upstairs to be able to see what was going on. And through what you see, and like people just hear like, oh, so you just hang out with a bunch of kids, are you doing anything? Talk a little bit about the relationships that get built and the importance that you see about like just what that Tuesday looked like.
Well, I mean, even though I wasn't in like the main lesson group, like still just like, oh, how was you guys at school? Like just talking to them, like simple conversations that build that relationship.
Why is it important to have a relationship?
Well, you want them to be able to trust you and like let them be able to come and know that you're there for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the bigger picture, that's how we grow the organization and grow and be able to help these kids even more and more with just enjoying Play-Doh with them, building that relationship, building that bond. And then through that, we can get deeper into, kind of what's going on, and that they always have somebody to lean on, right? I mean, I'm sure you've had kids come over to you and talk to you about a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
How do they, when you're the founder's daughter, do you get any pushback with that, or do you fit right in with everybody, or what?
Well, I fit right in, I guess. But like sometimes I'll be like, oh, you're Miss Jeannie's daughter. And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah. But
so opening your eyes to a lot of different things that are happening right here in our community, and the different things that you've experienced with having to move around and different things. Would you do it all over again? What would you do different? What would you think of mom and dad deciding to quit our jobs and dive into this unknown world?
I think it was cool. I mean, like at first I didn't really understand why we had to like move so many times, but like now I know, and I'm glad that you guys decided to do it.
Good deal, man. Why?
It makes me happy. I like seeing like all these kids that really don't have anything coming to us, and just knowing that they're having a good time, and like knowing that they're safe here.
Yes, safe. That's always a big word. Always a big word with what we do, and why we do it with you, to be able to have that safe place. Really, really, really important. So what direction? So you're a freshman, and now you got to start making some decisions in life about what you want to do and what you want to do in your life, your career path, all these scary things. What is that looking like for you?
Well, right now, like at school, I'm in the business pathway, so I like to just have like a basic um business background, to where if I was to take your position one day, which I would like to do, um, but like if I was to do that, I want to
Have that foundation.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you want to do? Talk it.
Um,
Let them know. Let them know.
um,
I know.
I would also like to be one day an athletic director at MTSU.
Mhm. Has there ever been a female athletic director at MTSU?
No,
Is there a female athletic director in any of the top schools that you're aware of?
no, not that I know of.
Talk to our audience a little bit about why do you want to be an athletic director? What has moved you in that direction? You don't hear that much from kids. So why?
Well, my why is I like to see, like, just going to MTSU games. Like, it's just kind of like there's no like there's not a lot of people that go. So I want to be able to like bring people to like games and stuff. Like you see Alabama games and there's like, I mean, full stadiums. Like
Mhm.
I wanted to have, like, I just like to see the program grow. Um, like student athletes, I'd like for them to get more of a, like, just like a college career there.
More of an experience than
Yeah.
what the bigger schools all have to offer.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why here? Why here in Murfreesboro? Why not go to a bigger school? Why not go somewhere else? Why MTSU?
I feel like there's a lot of potential in MTSU, and I feel like they just haven't figured it out yet. And I feel that I could. I feel like
Let
I
them
could.
know, man. Let them know. Tell them you're coming.
I feel like I could eventually one day help that program.
They have a big building program going on right now. I guess the Build Blue.
Oh yeah.
What do you know about that?
I know that their first phase is to get like an athletic training center. I know the second is to upgrade the Murphy Center. And then the third is an indoor football facility.
Much needed over there. Much
Yes.
needed.
Yes.
Very good, man. So what else would you like to share with our wide audience here today while you are not at school?
I don't know. I'm just here. He needed a guest, and I happened to be home. So he texted me. He was like, "Podcast at 11." I was like, "Okay."
So let's talk a little bit deeper in the relationship that you've built with the older kids that have been with us for these 5 or 6 years. Just talk to us more about that. I mean, you guys have group text together. You guys hang out together. You guys do a whole bunch of stuff together. I mean, I know they're kids. I know they're young adults. But there's a difference too, right? Like there is a different piece. There's a different connection than just a group of kids that you hang out with, at school. Can you kind of talk a little bit about that? You know, I think you know what I mean. I don't know if the listeners really understand that, what we are and what that is and how important that group is. And, even ones that are down in Alabama right now and still part of that group.
We have definitely grown, like all of us together as a group. We hang out a lot. I lean on them a lot. They've helped me through a lot of stuff actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just
it's fun. Like we can all count on each other. Like anybody that needs anything, we know that we can all help each other out.
Yeah. And that's so cool because, here we were 6 years ago helping them, right? And now they're helping you, they're helping us, and they're growing together at this big family bond. I think is just super, super, super cool. Everybody cares about everybody. Everybody, where can I help? What does this look like? I think is super cool. And to see that grow into what that is today, I think is awesome. I'm excited to see these other younger kids, in another 5 or 6 years, there's going to be another big group that have been around. So, talk, try not to say names. I'm trying to, throughout the years, throughout these 6 years, throughout all this time, we've had kids come and kids go. And talk about a little bit of the bond, the deeper bond that you guys have when we're all in this together and then somebody just exit stage left and never really pops back in. And like where I'm going. Explain that to people, like how we felt abandoned, we felt left, kind of how that group felt.
Yeah.
Because of how tight of a bond everybody has.
Yeah. When we were all together, we had part of the group that had left, and we were like, all right, so they're gone, but we've still kept communication with them. You know, just sending happy birthday, like text, like texting back and forth still. Like there's still like that bond communication that we still have with them, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I think it is too. I mean, you could just nowadays everything just, you move here, you move there, you're just gone, you're lost. And be able to keep that connection going, I think is just for them and for everybody, you know what I mean? I mean, just to stay in the group because the bond is so deep. Our organization itself, you hear me say it all the time. We're just one big family. We're a large family, about 75, 80 kids. And we grow those deep relationships that we can still support them and love them when they're not here, when they're gone and moving, and, all of our families are so transient. So I think it's phenomenal. And how you guys have grown the group text, the group messages, all those things, I think is just all on your own and staying together. I think is phenomenal. Going to each other's sporting events, all those things, I think it's great. It's growing beyond me. It's growing beyond your mom. And you guys are just out here rocking and rolling. So super, super, super cool. So you got the hoodie on. There was years and years ago that you wouldn't wear the hoodie.
I didn't get a hoodie.
Oh.
Yeah, the beginning, I didn't get hoodies. So.
All right. The hoodie, that's our Christmas tradition. But now you wear it with pride. Do you not? I mean,
yeah.
You wear it to school. Everybody wears it with a sense of pride. More than years ago, you really didn't know what to wear, how to wear it, how to explain it. Why is that?
Well, I feel like that was like when I was younger, and I really didn't know like what it was, and I didn't know like could I wear this here? Like, am I gonna get judged for it? But now it's like I'm here, I know what it is, and I'm so happy that I'm in it. And yeah.
Good deal, man. Good deal. I'm glad to have you in it. I'm excited. I'm excited with these next 6, 7, 10, 15 years of just growing the organization, keeping it rocking and rolling. Not only you, our other good kids go to school on school days, so they weren't able to join us, but our whole family's involved. I mean, Lauren's involved, Bailey's involved, Brooke's involved. So I just think it's super, super cool until you guys get picked up at school in the big white van and you just want to hide. But
oh yeah, that's a different story. Especially the Ford.
Oh man, we're gonna burn the rubber off those things in the parking lot at Seagull, man, picking you guys up. But good deal, man. Trent.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having us on again today.
Absolutely.
It's cool to have her here and get to see her,
man.
Yeah, man.
Apple doesn't fall far. all the cliches, man. But they're cliches for a reason. Yeah. It's beautiful to see, man. It's always been really cool from an outsider looking in and just watching the family dynamic that y'all have and just how much everybody's invested. It's something to celebrate. So yeah, man, I appreciate this a lot.
Yeah, this is super cool. So Carsen,
Good job, Carsen.
You got to get back to school. I don't know what we're gonna say, but we'll write something down.
Learning multimedia training.
That's it too, man. That's it. All right, guys. Again, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody listening. I appreciate everybody's support for Endure Athletics. Next week we have another special guest coming on. Excited to have her on. She's going to educate us a little bit more about the Atlas program at Rutherford County, what they do, how do they support the kids that we support. and just give us a little bit more knowledge about what that is. So again, I appreciate everybody. Carsen, thank you. And get back to school, man. You got to learn something here today. Trent, appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.